on my body. Every size, every line, every girl, every guy, everybody who don't identify.
Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Hi, hello, my name is Loey. Okay, so today I have a really fun video diving back into the dark side of TikTok, the scary side of TikTok, the side of TikTok where we tend to get our chills, our thrills, and these are the videos that you guys tag me in constantly. And today we're looking at 3 viral ARG style TikTok projects that you guys can follow right now. And this is why I love when you guys help me out and help me figure out what I should do my next videos on, because for one of these in particular that I will be talking about very soon, on the surface looked so normal that I was like, this is just somebody doing a publicity stunt to sell a water bottle. We'll get to that. But then as I dove deeper and deeper, realized it is an entire rabbit hole of codes and games, and it just gets bananas. So these videos do take a lot of time and research, and I appreciate you guys for introducing me to them. And I also appreciate brands like my sponsor today, Bright Sellers, for supporting my channel. This is such a fun sponsorship for me. So this is something for those of you who are of legal drinking age. Having a glass of wine on the weekends with my dinner or while reading a book is my favorite way to wind down, and I am gonna blow you guys' minds. Bright Sellers is a subscription wine service that is sent straight to your door. They match incredible wines from all over the world, curated to your own palate, that is determined by a quick 7-second quiz that does not seem like a snobby wine quiz. It's actually very fun and easy. And then they send you wines that you are literally guaranteed to love. If you don't love them, they will send you a replacement bottle in your next box. As I said, they send it straight to your door, and there's a lot of kind of educational stuff around the wines, around the various qualities, best temperature to serve it at, the best pairings. You guys can get your first 6-bottle box for 50% off using my link down below that was given to me so kindly by Bright Sellers. The wines are sent packaged beautifully. Your box comes with a little booklet on like the best ways to store wine before drinking, etc., as well as all of these little like cards. They're almost like little postcards, and these tell you about the wines that are in your box. For example, I was paired with bottles like this Azuli, which is a white wine loaded with notes of tart, green apple, acidic citrus, and fresh lemongrass. Does that not just sound beautiful? I was also paired with a red wine, this Cabernet Sauvignon. Then these 3, you can see how they're packaged when they come into your box. We have a Vast, Dreamlet, and Cactus Park, which is a Chardonnay. The one I have had a glass of is the Silverscape, and yes, I am drinking it out of a Halloween wine glass. It's really like light and citrusy and so pretty. Once again, if you guys want to get 50% off of your first Bright Sellers box, use my link down below. Thanks to Bright Sellers for sponsoring today's video, and let's get into 3 accounts from the dark side of TikTok. Before we deep dive into these 3 viral ARG style accounts that I have found recently, I wanted to give a huge shout out to the TikTok user Creepy Pizza. For my birthday, they made the coolest TikTok that is like Bloody Mary inspired and is just so freaking cool. I can't put the audio in here because I will get copyrighted, but I will have their account linked down below. If you do go check them out, make sure you let them know that I sent you. I think they are so cool. And my birthday was 3 months ago, yes, but I am very late on everything. Okay, so at the time of filming this, and TikTok trends seem to move very quickly, so this may not even be the case in like a week when I post this video. But right now, the Taylor Swift love story kind of like challenge is going around, where people kick their phone away from them as they're doing like some kind of movement, and it looks very cinematic, very cool. And that's how I was introduced to the account Wholesome Legetta. Now this person has a lot of just like positive, uplifting videos on their page. It seems like a very cool place to be. But then when the Taylor Swift love story sound was going viral, there was a video of him going through the motions of filming one of these TikToks when somebody grabs him from behind in the darkness. What follows is a series of videos to this audio, the Taylor Swift love story audio that is so popular, all depicting the poster of this account seemingly being kidnapped. And it gets weird. He is stuck in a shed with graffiti all over the walls. Green gas emits from a hole in the floor, waking him from a sleep. When he manages to escape, he is dragged immediately right back in by his captor. And again, very jarring to hear this all to this upbeat copyrighted music I cannot play. Just somebody being kidnapped and held against their will to Taylor Swift. Things did seem to pick up and take a turn for the dark with videos such as this one, which was captioned "Time's Run Out," where he's dragged out unconscious from the shed. And I will say there is like filler in all of this. There are videos of him basically putting like a bar against the door so his kidnapper cannot come in. There are videos of his kidnapper giving him a potato after waking him out of his sleep. And I did comment on this video and state that I think it was pretty nice of his kidnapper to give him a potato. I would like a potato. But in terms of the major plot events of this entire happening, we have Time's Run Out where he is dragged out of the shed, and then we have the video, a message. So we see that the owner of the account is now in a makeshift coffin in the ground. But then something kind of unexpected happens. Yes. The kidnapper rips off his mask, and it is the guy who owns the account with a wholesome message for you all. So it was wrapped up nicely in a neat little bow. But what was really cool is he broke character and kind of explained in a behind the scenes TikTok how they did everything. On top of that behind the scenes video, there has also been a promise of a season 2 and that the grand unmasking reveal is not actually canon to the story. So I'm very excited to see where this goes. But my goodness, I was seeing these videos absolutely everywhere. You guys were tagging me like crazy, and it was very jarring in the midst of all of the other just like fun videos in this Taylor Swift love story challenge. So let me know what you guys think of this one down below. I'm really excited to see what's next. So we've started off in what I would perceive to be kind of a light place. That little ARG was wrapped into a nice little bow with promise of stuff coming next. But the next thing that I'm going to talk about, I almost did not cover because I didn't think there was anything to it. But the deeper I dove, the more I realized that this may be the most involved ARG on TikTok, the one filled with the most actual puzzle solving that I've ever seen on the platform. And you guys probably already know what I'm talking about if you have scrolled through TikTok at all lately. This is the GoforBo account. To set the stage for you, Bo, much like Wholesome Legetta, posted entirely normal videos leading up till this point. And even the introduction into this doesn't seem that weird. I guess that there was a bit of a resurgence in the salt and ice challenge, which never ever tried, but it was a challenge where people were putting salt and ice onto skin and it will literally burn you. So Bo shows it on a cut of meat, then returns to show it on a slice of pig skin. But the thing is, he's putting a little bit too much emphasis on the fact that it is pig skin. Now I will warn you before I show the video, it is a slab of skin that I am sure is a pig's skin, but it is still weird to look at.
So I'm sure you've all heard about the salt and ice challenge, right? And a good amount of you have probably seen me doing it on a piece of meat. That didn't really work out because I needed actual skin. So here I have some pig skin and we're gonna try it out, see if it works on this skin. I'm gonna put the salt on the pig skin. Get a good amount on this pig skin. And I'm gonna put some ice on the pig skin. Let's see what happens. You can already hear it crackle.
And so people saw this and they were like, okay, like, was he trying to be funny? Like, very clearly something feels off here. And then his videos take a turn for the startlingly odd when he begins promoting the coldest water bottle. This is like a water bottle company that claims to keep your water just so cold and it sponsors everyone, but his videos just started getting weird. And then he uploaded a third rendition of this salt and ice challenge, and in this video there is whispering in the back of the TikTok and the audio is named in binary code.
So I'm sure a lot of you have seen my salt and ice challenge video on the pig skin. Well, I'm back, and this time we're gonna do chicken skin. Get the salt, put it on the skin. Time for the ice. Let's see.
At this point, I have to say that the user twander on TikTok has been, I mean, just completely indispensable for me in terms of deep diving into this account. She really took charge in analyzing this entire situation, even set up a Discord for it. So a lot of this is referencing her videos. So the whispering included phrases like, please help me, where am I, and please help. Very quick phrases also flashed across that video, which you guys probably already noticed, stating things like, who is Moloch, and there's blood in the bottle. Not ideal. And the binary code for the audio spells out the word help. Then we have the video stuck in an eternal limbo, and that caption is kind of jumbled up, but that is pretty much what it says. So going from that, the next video contains a lot of Morse code, and Morse code is just dots and dashes that translates into letters and phrases, and we are given the hint that this is how we need to progress with the caption saying, do the Morse code.
Now, in the last video, I was trying to figure out the Morse code, but I was having issues because of these two long dashes that were within two of the segments. However, some people pointed out that those were actually supposed to be 3 dashes, and just because of the way TikTok autocorrects. Anyway, so basically we have a new corrected statement, which is SI colony. Now, if we look up SI colonies, we get this article that's in Staten Island, where GoforBo is from. Now, it talks about this being a place where there are satanic sacrifices as well as the burial of local children. Now, this relates to one of the theories that the Who is Moloch, which is seen within the first of his videos, relates to this, a deity within the Bible who is related to children's sacrifice. Now, looking at the pictures of the colonies, we see it looks like this. In the video where he's running away, we see this. Presumably he's at this SI colony's place.
At this point, Bo goes live on his TikTok, and it seems like a very uneventful live. He's not really even in the live stream from what I understand, and most of it is focused on a whiteboard with all sorts of weird stuff on it. In addition to that, the title of the live stream seemed to reference an A1Z26 cipher, where numbers equal their respective letters on the alphabet. Now, during the live stream, it is from my understanding that various numbers were popping up on the screen. That ended up leading to a website. And this is where it all gets very tricky for me, folks. I was actually quite impressed by that. However, every time that I try to visit this link, I kept getting an error message. So unless something changes from the time that I am filming this and the time that I am posting this, and I am able to get access to that file, I'm just gonna show twander's videos deep diving into the zip file that was attached to this URL. twander, the absolute gem, actually sent me the file upon my request. Thank you so much to her once again. She's so nice. And then here is what was inside. We have this homepage of the coldest water bottle with a red X and like go back scribbled on there. So when we do in fact go back to where we were before, we can then go into message. Here in the message, we see that we have been left a message that it is time to guess. So moving into the next document, we have there isn't much time, as well as the instruction that you all talk too much, your police do nothing here. I think a lot of people were calling the police at this point. He watches you sleep. Then if you're smart enough to get here, you're smart enough to know this isn't real, and then game over. So we move into the final document here, and we have Morse code once again, this time very easy to copy, paste, and decode. Plugging that into the decoder, we see SI colony written over and over and over again. So that was the contents of the file. Okay, so coming out of that file, these last videos on the account are found footage style videos. They have very ominous captions, such as the most recent one saying the first day that I found the bottle and him. And again, it all comes back to this coldest water bottle sponsorship seemingly. People seem very irritated that this person is doing an ARG and basically doing a sponsorship within it or doing the ARG around it, but I think it's honestly so smart. That is totally the way to market yourself. And I'm very fascinated to see what is next. This was a well done ARG. So then to end off this video on, I guess, somewhat a light note again, this is an account I have been meaning to give a shout out to and talk about for so long. And the account is called cndrblcks. cndrblcks. And oh my god, cndrblcks is incredible. I was watching this account like a hawk for months, waiting for something to happen. And a lot happened. Like, there are so many videos on the account, but I was just missing the point entirely, which is that the basis of the cndrblcks account is all about the poster kicking cinder blocks. And that's it. Every day or every other day for months, this person was going to a basement, like unlocking a door, going to a basement and kicking cinder blocks on a concrete floor. It is such a simple concept, and yet the lack of any kind of vocalization from the person, there is no explanation for why they are kicking the cinder blocks, they are simply doing it, makes it feel just so unsettling. What's funny is because it's such a simple concept, you notice the smallest differences. If a cinder block seems a hair off, you notice. In that video, for example, you hear a sound from the bench that is across from the cinder blocks, and because I was so focused on the blocks up until that point, I just didn't even notice that there was a bench there. Sometimes we are at a different perspective, such as this video where we are on the floor watching the person, the protagonist, kick these blocks. Other times, one of the doors in the basement will mysteriously be open. The video that ended up convincing me that this was going to be some kind of ARG is the one where there is a single lock of blonde hair on the cinder blocks. In the last video I wanted to highlight from this, the poster just never turns on the light and goes into the basement and kicks the blocks in the dark, and it's just so unsettling. Because it is so simple, every single variation in these videos feels like a message, like a clue. As this has been going on since March and there hasn't been any kind of real storytelling aside from what we know, I'm going to assume that this is just kind of where the account is. The poster has described it as art before, and I am so impressed, honestly, truly. I think it is such a cool account. I have been so sucked in for months watching someone just kick cinder blocks. I'm a fan, and I will of course have that account as well as everything that I mentioned today linked down below. So what did you guys think of this video? What was your favorite account from the dark side of TikTok? Let me know in the comments down below, and thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you all, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!